غرباء 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 غرباء.
Allah, I thank you for everything. You guided me when I was bathed in sin, drowning in Jahiliyyah. My final destination could have been hellfire. Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Allah, I thank you for what you've given to me. So when I pray with sincerity. La ilaha illallah Muhammadan Rasulullah. La ilaha illallah. I seek the mercy of Allah. Do you?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to another episode of Islam Means Peace. My name is Bilal Ali and I am your host. My guest today has been known to leave his fans in awe with his powerful lyrics and voice. Please welcome to the show, Mr. Faisal Salah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, so my first question is, if you could just tell us a bit about your art and your early life and how you came to the path that you're currently in.
For me, I've been singing since I could talk. I just loved music, I've loved creative art. But when I started practicing Islam, I started to realise that the best of mankind are those that benefit mankind. And any gift that we have, the best way to utilise it is to return it back and to serve humanity. So I realised being an artist, I could sing about money, women, drugs, self-gratification, I could sing about things that would create poison. That's what's in the majority of the music industry and the entertainment industry. Or I could be honest, I could talk about my experiences, the hardships I was going through in my identity, the hardships I was going through on my path, in the hopes that by me sharing my vulnerabilities, it would allow me to connect with other people and allow them to grow too and realise that we as humans have all of these same issues, inshallah. So I wanted to use it as a vehicle to help as well as grow,
You were born a Muslim, and of course growing up in England, there were a lot of trials and tribulations and that kind of thing that a lot of the youth face today. What would you like to say to youth growing up in Australia, in the Western world, or anywhere around the world that are facing those kinds of trials and tribulations, to help get them through and to show them that Islam is the path and this the life of drugs, women, and partying and that kind of thing? It's all materialistic.
Yeah, what I would say is, one of the main reasons that we do these things is because we want that freedom. We want to move, we want to grow, we want to be, and we're just replicating the things that we see. Do you understand? And a lot of us as youth, I used to feel like Islam restricted me, because as we're growing up, the most thing that we hear, growing up from a Muslim background as well, where our deen is mixed in with our culture, so many things are seen as haram, when they're actually cultural issues. Do you understand? So it's like for a long time we felt it's just for people to understand that Islam does not restrict you. You restrict yourself by the way that you're seeing this deen. You know what I mean? People, because our teachers, for example, they're elders, so they're not aware of all the different things that we can do in our societies, all the different ways that we can grow, all the new innovative ways we can make differences within ourselves and with others. Because creativity, I think, it comes through the youth, They're the next generation, they're the leaders of the next generation. They're the people who are the building blocks, We are the ones. So we have a fire in us that the older generation, they don't have anymore. And it's about us realizing that and guiding that properly. That's the thing. All of us have this energy within us, and sometimes we just use it for the wrong reasons because we've never been shown a more productive or proactive way to use it. It's about you using your mind to understand your heart and your dreams and move with it. But when you're not really doing what you love and you're not understanding your deen, understanding the beauty of being alive, because what Islam is teaching you the way, the norms and values and the way to navigate society. It teaches you the middle way to let you know that if you go too far this way, you're going to go off. If you go too far that way, you're going to get burnt. Like, it's all about the middle in anything you do, you know? And Islam shows you that, like, anything can be bad for you. If I drink 1 cup of water, alhamdulillah, I feel sustenance. If I drink 90 cups of water back to back, I drown. Do you understand what I mean? And Islam, the most beautiful essence is gratitude and balance, you know? And it's about understanding there's time for fun. And you can have the time of your life in this present moment. And then there's times to reflect. Take the time to reflect. Because it's a balance between what you do outside and what you do on the inside that matters. That you can take your time to play, but you need to take your time to grow, understand who you are, where you want to be, and what you want to achieve in your life, essentially.
The final item on our agenda is, of course, with all the things that are going on around the world with the bombings and that kind of thing, there are a lot of people that are afraid to identify themselves as Muslims, especially with the things that are happening in Europe with the Paris attacks and other Brussels attacks. How would you advise these Muslims that are kind of afraid to show themselves as Muslims, whether it be men growing the beard or women wearing the hijab?
Men growing the beard or women. What it comes down to is, look, Islam is your way of life. It's really as simple as that. It's our way of life. And by that, it's how we understand our way of life. Like, different people will interpret things differently. Like, if you now go outside and punch someone over there in the head, and somebody comes up to me and goes, "Do you condemn your Somali brothers for their actions?" Yeah, man, you shouldn't have punched them in the head.
Yeah.
But then they go, "Okay, so apologise on the behalf of your Somalis." I'm not apologising, I didn't punch anybody in the head.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, like, why am I going to say, am I going to go, "I'm not Somali anymore, look what that brother did, I cannot be Somali." You know, it doesn't make sense. The same way, like, Islam is your way of life. Now in the media, people are going to be shotgunning the deen. Like, literally, people are going to be giving the worst media, the worst propaganda. But it's about really understanding we don't have to fight for anything. We just show our Islam through our actions. It's the thing. Islam is the path to peace. Like, if you're really understanding it, like, people will look at you and be like, "Yo, man, all Muslims can't be crazy because I know Ahmed or I know Abdullah. Yeah, Abdullah, man, he's easy. Like, he talks to me politely. He's never rude to me. He's never disrespectful. You know what? He even takes the time out to ask if I'm okay. You know, he's my neighbor. He always comes, checks if everything's all right with me. You know, he always takes the time to stop. How's your day been? If you ever need anything, Abdullah will be there." It's about showing you kill them with love. This is the thing. Love is what destroys all obstacles. We believe this hard. Too much of the time, like, we live in fear. That isn't the way to live life, I think. Like, our deen is one that allows your soul to grow. It nourishes you from the inside. Show love and people will follow. Love is the universal language. And in our deen it shows this, you know. We correct our manners, we share our love. And it's not each of us are ambassadors for this way of life, you know. And that's just that, man. Don't be afraid to be you. That's the most important thing. But don't think that, and also, you don't need to fight. This isn't a time of conflict. People are going to make conflict, but by you living in peace, you then oppose that, you understand? But if you try and fight fire with fire, they're saying mean things, I'm going to stand up and, you know, that doesn't help anything. It just adds to the flame. But you cool it with sakina, you cool it with salam, you know, you cool it with peace. Why do you think as Muslims, assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you? I've never met you guys before, but if I walk up to you and I say assalamu alaikum, I'm saying may peace be upon you. That means I come to you with no harm, you know? That's the essence of our way of life. That's the greeting of Jannah, you know? And that should embody us. We should be living in salam, you know? And alhamdulillah.
Yeah, of course, Islam condemns all the violence that happens, but no one should ever have to apologize for something that they haven't done.
Exactly. It's common sense, man.
Alright, Jazakallah khair, man. You've been a great guest. That wraps up another episode of Islam Means Peace. I'm your host, Bilal Ali, and we'll see you next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
غرباء ولغير الله لا نحمي الجبال